Was it caused by an EV? Good afternoon. Well, lots of people have been emailing me about the Ron Skinner and Sons fire in Wales. Obviously, this was just over the weekend. Now, interestingly, there's a post that has been put up on their Facebook page. And I'll tell you what I'm impressed by, right? This is a car dealership. Car dealers have got a really bad rep. But if you look at the comments on their post, so they've basically done a post saying what's going on, and it's a sort of a thank you for everybody's patience and support. Tell you what, the comments on this post are lovely, and it really makes me want to go up and buy a car from them. There are 165 comments, and so many of them are just saying how they've watched the business grow and they've always bought cars from there. And it does sound to me like it couldn't have happened to worse people. And I was really struck by how positive the comments were. And it sounds like these guys have, built a really genuine business up there. And that's good. That's obviously fantastic. Right. The question everybody is asking, was it caused by an EV? Of course, we all want to know that. So I've done a little bit of armchair sleuthing. Right. So Ron Skinner and Sons, they have 568 cars for sale across a variety of locations, but only 20 of them on their website are electrical vehicles. We've got a Volvo XC40, a Mercedes EQC, 4 MGs, 2 Peugeots, 4 Citroens, a Mazda, 2 Vauxhalls, a Fiat 500, a Hyundai, a Golf, and 2 Renault Zoe. So only 20 electrical cars. Have we got any culprits? Any suspects within those 20? We've got the Volvo XC40. Well, we know that they catch fire, and we know that they've been subject to a recall. And then the Mercedes EQE. Well, it's an EQC that they've got in stock. It was an EQE that caught fire last summer whilst it wasn't even charging and it destroyed a house. I did a video on that. However, it does get quite interesting from here on in. Ron Skinner and Sons have got an EQC in stock. The EQE, the one that caught fire, uses a different battery. How do we know that? Well, after that massive fire that happened in South Korea the other day, Mercedes-Benz have now released a list of which manufacturers' batteries they are putting in which electric cars. The car that Ron Skinner's got in stock uses an LG battery, and we think the LG batteries are okay for fires, but I can't prove that. So if we go over to the Drive website, 2019 Mercedes-Benz EQC electric SUV recalled due to fire risk. So the EQC, which is the one that they have got in stock, was recalled based on a fire risk, but that's 2019 vehicles. The EQC that Ron Skinner have got in stock is not a 29 vehicle, it's a 2021 car. So we've kind of got to assume that the work would have been done, or it would have been fixed during manufacture, or the recall would have been done. So can we say that it was the Mercedes or the Volvo that caught fire? Not really. So then we've got to go over to this little nugget on this website, which is the Korea Economic Daily. Again, talking about the safety concerns of EVs and batteries. The disclosures come as local and foreign car makers scramble to ease safety concerns in the country over EVs and batteries, especially those made by Chinese companies after the fire. As I said, this is the huge fire in South Korea. The blaze took more than 8 hours to put out and damaged at least 16 other vehicles, boosting EV phobia and placing added pressure on automakers, which have been struggling with a sustained weakness in the green vehicle industry. Obviously, green being a relative term. When they're talking about a green vehicle there, they're talking about a vehicle that has had a horrendous amount of mining done to build the battery, to ship the battery to one place, to ship it to another place, to put it in the car, to then ship it over here so you can use it. And obviously, you need to then use it for about 100,000 miles in order for it to justify the fact that it's been built environmentally in the first place. That's what they mean by green. They're not talking about keeping your old car on the road for longer, like this one, which actually is a green car. This is a green car. It's genuinely green, olive green metallic, 197,891 miles and 26 years old. So everything about this car is green. We're not talking about green cars here. We're talking about electric ones. So we don't know if it was caused by an EV, and we don't know if they had any EVs that were in prep. We only know that they had 20 in stock, 568 other cars. So what we do know is that car dealer fires are massively on the rise. Okay, I just put car dealer fire into the news thing, right? Swindon Audi dealer forced to temporarily close after huge fire involving electric vehicle. 5th of December last year. There was a fire at a Jaguar Land Rover dealership where apparently an electric car was not to blame, but that one was dead suspicious. October last year. June of this year, 2 boys arrested for suspected arson attack on used car dealership in Seaside Town. We can wipe that one out because it's a used dealership and we knew it was arson. Then we've got May this year. Fire service has reason to believe that Bristol car dealership blaze was caused by an EV. I think that one was, a Vauxhall dealership. So yeah, that's a score for the EV. And the Swindon one as well. Swindon Audi dealer forced to close after fire involving an electric vehicle. So there's 2 dealerships that burnt down because of an EV. Then there was the Volkswagen one. Do you remember the one in Perth in Scotland where the Volkswagen dealership burnt to the ground and they never said what caused that? Then there's another one in Dublin. So the one in Perth was in October. This one in Dublin was in April. Vehicles destroyed as major Dublin car dealership goes up in flames. Then, going back a little while, 2021, Dick Lovett, Jaguar Land Rover, best name for a dealership ever. Do you like it? Dick Lovett. Anyway, that was a Jaguar Land Rover dealership fire that destroyed a number of cars. That was 2021. We don't know what caused that one. Then, February, there's a Tulsa car dealership, Tulsa in Oklahoma. Multiple cars damaged in a fire there. Then we've got 2019, 10 vehicles destroyed as Hampshire Peugeot dealership is hit by a fire. Don't know what that was in 2019. Was it likely to be an electric Peugeot? Could you buy an electric Peugeot in 2019? Yes, you could. Then we've got a Ford dealer in Cecil County, Maryland. That was a month ago. Another, that involved 40 firefighters and 40... I'm sure it said 40 fire engines, so that was a huge fire as well. Then we've got another one from February this year. A massive fire broke out at a Hyundai dealership in Shivamogga, Karnataka. Don't know where that is. India, maybe. It's on Times of India website, so wherever that is. And you've got a Ford dealer suffers $1 million in damage due to fire. That also is in April of this year. And then, a little bit further back, you may remember this one. Burning freight ship was carrying more electric cars than first reported, says the shipping company. So, hang on, Geoff, there's 2 more as well. There's a Volvo dealership in Scotland where a few cars caught fire, and there's a Volvo dealership in San Diego as well where cars caught fire. Both of those were this year, so make sure you put those in when you edit the video, like you're doing now. Ron Skinner and Sons, what can we conclude? I'd like the main takeaway from this to be the fact that a large car dealership burnt down and people didn't say, oh good, that's great news because they're all sharks. I love the fact that the local community seems to really value Ron Skinner and Sons, and that for me is the takeaway from this one. Was it an EV that caused it? We don't know. But we do know that there is a direct correlation between the rollout of electrical vehicles as products that consumers can purchase and dealerships burning down. So, guilt by association? Possibly. We do need to wait for the official report. But I needed to address the fact that there had been a fire at a dealership because so many people had emailed it to me. I don't know. I think it's sad that a business that is quite well regarded in the community has been burnt down, and it's great to see all the support for them. 20 EVs for sale on the website, 568 cars across their locations. I'm tempted to say possibly not EV, but we've got to wait and find out when the official report comes out. Thank you very much for watching this video. Eagle-eyed viewers will know what that seat means, because that means it's hearth leather Alcantara. I used to work for a high-end vehicle specialist, and I used to do the writing for their marketing, and I quite famously once failed to check the wording of a brochure that we put out, and I accidentally put out a brochure with the word Alcantara instead of Alcantara, and I never lived it down. But this car is green. It's done 197,000 miles, and yes, eagle-eyed viewers would have spotted that that is the seat of a Volvo V70R, but it ain't an R. This one is a bit special, and it may appear on the channel in the coming weeks. Hopefully it won't be on fire. Thank you very much for watching.